Today we're starting topic 9 and we're looking at math lessons 9-1 and 9-2. The reason we can combine these is because they're both fractions as division. 9-1 looks at regular common fractions and 9-2 looks at mixed numbers. So let's go ahead and do our warm-up. The candidates for mayor had 2 debates. The first debate lasted 2/3 of an hour. The second debate was 3 times as long as the first one. How many hours long was the second debate? When you multiply, you should get 6/3, and that simplifies to be 2. During a field trip, 168 students were divided into 14 equal groups. How many students were in each group? And that is why the answer is 12. Excellent. Well, let's get started. The first question says that Tom, Joe, and Sam made clay pots using a total of 2 rolls of clay. If they shared the clay equally, how much clay did each friend use? Well, I have 2 rolls of clay, correct? And I'm sharing them amongst 3 friends. If I'm sharing them amongst 3 friends, can't we say I am dividing them by the 3 friends? I am, because basically I'm taking the 2 rolls, and if I cut each one into 3 parts, each friend would get 1 part from every roll. How many total parts would the friends get? Well, they'd get 2, and each part is 1/3 of a roll. So 2 divided by 3 is the same as 2 divided by 3. We know the fraction bar right here really is a division sign. Let's go on. 4 people want waffles for breakfast. There are 6 waffles left. How can 6 waffles be shared equally among 4 people? How much does each person get? Draw a picture and write a division expression to model the problem. Well, here I have 6 waffles. Well, that's easy. I mean, every person would get 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's 1 waffle per person. Then what would you do with the last 2 waffles? I could cut each waffle into 4 pieces and give each person 1 piece. So everyone would get 1 whole waffle and 1/4 of each of the last 2. So they would end up with 1 and then 2 of the 4 pieces of the waffles that remained. So we know that 1 and 2/4 could be reduced because 2 and 4 could both be divided by 2, and each person could get 1.5 waffles. What division problem represents that? Well, it's 6 waffles being divided by 4 people. And when I take 6 divided by 4, I could write it as a fraction. 6 divided by 4. And if I simplified that, I'd get 1 2/4 or 1 1/2. That's really what lesson 9-1 was. How about if Amelia is sharing 4 slices of cheese with 5 friends? How much cheese will each person get? Explain how you decided. Well, first of all, does she have enough cheese that everyone would get their own slice? No, she only has 4 slices, 5 friends. So we know that each person is getting less than 1 piece. 4 slices being divided amongst 5 friends. How much of a piece do you think each person is going to get? 4 divided by 5. 4/5 of a piece. That's it. The practice for this lesson would be how to write this as a division expression. 3/10, everyone, would be 3 divided by 10 because the fraction bar is A division sign. So, the same way, 2 being divided by 5, how could I write that as a fraction? 2 divided by 5. Well, the number 3 says to use the number line to show 3 being divided into 4 parts. And we did that. Look at between 0 and 1, we divided it into 4 parts. Between 1 and 2, it's divided into 4 parts. And between 2 and 3, it's divided into 4 parts. So if I count this, I have 12 parts. And if I want to divide that by 4, that means that each part would have 3 in it. Look at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. I have 3, the whole number 3 being divided into 4 parts. And each part is 3/4 of a whole number. Write a division problem expression for each fraction. 1 divided by 9. You do number 5. 7 divided by 8. Okay. Tell me what fraction each person gets when they share equally. 5 friends sharing 8 apples. Sharing 8 apples. So what's being divided? The apples. And how many people am I dividing it by? 5. Because every friend's going to get more than 1 apple. There's more apples than friends. So 8 being divided by 5, each person would get 1 and then 3/5 of an apple. 2 friends share 1 bagel. I have 1 bagel being divided by 2 friends. Each person's going to get 1 out of 2 parts, or half of that bagel. The next part continues to practice the same concept. Jonah has an 8-pound bag of potting soil. He divides it equally among 5 flower pots. How much soil is in each pot? Show your fraction or your answer as a fraction or mixed number. Solve it any way you choose. I want you to think about it. He has 5 pots. He has 8 pounds of soil. Does he have more than 1 pound of soil for each pot or less than? He has more than. It's going to be a fraction that is greater than 1. He has 8 pounds of soil, and he is dividing it equally among 5 flower pots. So 8 being divided by 5 is 8/5, which I can convert. 5 goes into 8 one time, and I have 3/5 remaining. Let's look at how our friends did to solve this. Robert said 5 being divided by 8. I can use a division expression and a fraction to represent the problem. 5/8 of a pound of soil in each pot. What did Robert do? He divided the pots and not the soil. Mary says, I placed 1 pound of soil into each of the 5 pots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 3 pounds of potting soil left. So then she split the 3 pounds evenly among the 5 pots by thinking of 3 being divided by 5. Each pot gets 3/5 more, so there are 1 3/5 pounds of potting soil in each pot. All right. Now this is the visual learning problem. 3 friends are going hiking. They bought a tub of trail mix to share equally. How much will each friend get? I have 3 friends and I have this tub of trail mix. There are 4 pounds. What division expression can I use to solve this? If you said 4 divided by 3, you are correct. One way you could go ahead and solve this problem would be to make a model and draw a picture. You're dividing each one by 3, so if I represented each pound here and divided each one by 3, I could use this to help me solve the problem. What does each little section of the pound represent? What does this little section of the pound here represent? What's the value? Right, each one of these is 1/3. So every friend would get 1 whole pound. 1, 2, 3. And then I have that 4th pound left, that I have 1/3 there. And I could give every friend 1/3 and add it to their total. So every friend would get 1 and 1/3 of another pound. And here is the math problem for it. 4 pounds being divided by 3 friends. 4 divided by 3. 3 goes into 4 one time, and I have 1/3 left over. How'd you do?